Hello to all the lovely cloud enthusiasts. How are you all doing? I hope that you all are doing great physically, mentally, financially. And I hope that you guys are striving to become a better version of yourself than you were yesterday, so that your future self can thank you for the steps that you have taken today. For those of you who are new, here is a short introduction about me. For those of you who have been watching my videos, you already know me. My name is Tejas Mahendrakar, and LinkedIn username that you see is where you can find me on LinkedIn. If you just type Tejas Mahendrakar, you land on my page, and if you want, you can connect with me. I'll be really happy to connect with you all. Second part is my channel, my YouTube channel. It's called The Cloud Minds. Please subscribe to the channel so that you can get these contents every day. And trust me, if you have not subscribed, you're really missing some good content on AWS. Also, if you have any specific questions related to AWS, you can always reach out to me on thecloudsimplifier@gmail.com. That's my Gmail ID. You can always reach out to me there. If you have any specific questions, you can shoot it out and I'll try my best to resolve it. All right. What's today's topic? Today's topic is another interesting topic wherein we will create volumes within EC2, and then we'll try to attach these volumes to EC2. Now, whenever we try to create any volumes for the EC2 instance, of course, EC2 instance comes default with a root volume that you can configure to have either 30 GBs till 100 GBs. You can still configure. Sometimes there is a requirement to add additional volume, and there is a volume called the EBS, Elastic Block Store. Let's try and understand how we create the volume and how do we attach it to the EC2 instance. I'll try to keep this really brief and really small, so that it doesn't take a lot of time of yours. And then once you have looked at the demo, if you can just follow along with me, it would really be helpful for you to understand how do you attach these volumes and how do you get it online. Okay, so for this I'll be using an EC2 instance, that is Windows EC2 instance, and I'll be attaching the volume to it, and then I'll be bringing it online. This is what I'll be doing today, guys. Let's go to the AWS Management Console. Like you all know, this is the AWS Management Console landing page. Let's head over to EC2 and try and understand how do we create volumes. Now, if you, on the left hand pane, if you see, there is something called as volumes. There's something called as volumes, which is under the Elastic Block Store. This is one of the external hard disks. Think this as an external hard disk for your laptop, and you have this hard disk that is available to you, and you can just plug it in, use it whenever you want, and then you can remove it. The only thing that is about this EBS or the Elastic Block Store, the only restriction is you can only use it at one instance, only for one instance. You can detach it and then attach it to other instances. You still can do that, but whenever it is in use, it can be only in use for one of the EC2 instances. That is the only thing that you need to take care about. All right. For that, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and create a volume, and then we'll attach it to a particular running instance. Okay. Now, first I'll go ahead and create an EC2 instance. So this is the name of the EC2 instance that I'll be creating. I'll be creating a Windows EC2 instance. I'll be, instead of T2 micro, because it's relatively slow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use another one, probably T2 X large, for example. It will be for a very short period of time, because it will be only available for this demo. So I'm okay to consider that T2 X large as of now, and then I'll show you how to log into that instance and then attach the volume. Okay. Now, of course, I would need a key pair. I already have this key pair, which is called the demo key pair 28th June 2024, which I had created on that day, and I'll be using that key pair because I need to log into the instance. I would need to add a key pair to this. Rest all default settings, I'll definitely keep it as is. I do not want any other settings to be changed. Now, here is something where you can change. Under configure storage, you can select general purpose or the provision purpose under SSD, and if you want HDD, you can only select magnetic standard. Okay, so you can, as it is written here, you can get up to 30 GB of EBS storage, and remember that this is a root storage. Now, what if I want to add another storage? I can either do it here. Okay, this is how I add another storage, but I want to show you how do I create a volume and then attach it to this EC2 instance. Okay, I'm not going to change anything else here. This is number of instances 1. Let me just launch the instance quickly. Okay, while the instance is being launched, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and create a volume. Now I want this volume to be general purpose SSD GP3, so I can select either GP2 or GP3. Once I select GP3, I have an option to change the IOPS. I can increase the IOPS, or if I want it to take its own course, I will select the GP2, which has a baseline of 3 IOPS per GB, and if I select 100 GB, it will be 300 IOPS. Okay, so I want to select this. Probably I've created, I want to be sure in which availability zone I've selected, so that the volume is available only in that availability zone, so that I can attach it to that EC2 instance. Now I'll create it in availability zone B, and I do not want to create the volume from any snapshot. I want it to be fresh, so I'll not change anything here. I do not even want to encrypt this volume as of now, and I'll just keep everything as default, and then I'll create the volume. Now once the volume is being created, if you come here, it will say that it is still creating, it is not yet active, and now after a refresh it has become available. What I need to do is I just need to select that volume and then go ahead and attach the volume to the instance. When I click here, it will show the Windows EC2 VM demo instance that we have created, as well as I can provide a device name. Now the volume that we have created, I can provide a name to it. There are so many names available. Whichever is preferable to you, you can select that. I have selected the first one, and then I'll say attach volume. As of now, if you see the volume, it says it is in use and it is being attached to the particular instance. The first one is a root instance. The second one is the one that we have created and we have attached to this EC2. Now if I want to look at whether it has been attached properly or not, you have to log into that instance, that particular instance, and then check whether the volume has been attached under device management in Windows specifically. For Linux, there will be a separate chapter that I'll be taking, and then I'll be showing you how to mount that in Linux. Now to see if the volume has been attached to it or not, we need to log into the instance, and the way we do it is I click on this and then I say connect. Now when I say connect, I'll be clicking here on the RDP instance, and I need to download the remote desktop or the RDP file. I'll download this file and then I'll show it to you how to log in. Alright, I have logged in. I've created a AWS folder on the desktop, and I have saved the RDP file there. Also, I would need the Windows password for it. Alright, this is the content of the key pair that I have downloaded. Initially, when you create the key pair, you will have to download this. I have already explained this in my previous videos. If you want, you can go back and look at the previous videos where we talked about how to create an EC2 instance, a Windows EC2 instance, and there I have specifically explained how to get the Windows password as well. Okay, so I'll say decrypt password, and the password that I get, I'll just copy it. I'll go here, I'll try to open the remote desktop or RDP connections, and then it will ask for the Windows password. Here is where I need to provide the password, and then I can just log in to that particular instance. After I log into this instance, I'll show you how do you get the volume online. Alright, let's log in. Let's wait for the instance to be logged in, and then I'll come back once it is done. Alright, once you have logged into the EC2 instance or the VM, you have to right click on the start menu, and then you have to click on the device management. This is where you will see the existing device, which is as of now offline. Why this is offline? Because it says that the policy is set by an administrator that you'll have to bring it online, and there are just few clicks that you need to do to get it online. The first would be to right click on this device and then click online. Now by this process, the 10 GB volume that we have created will start becoming online. However, it will not still be available to us. For that, we'll have to initialize the disk, and once I say OK, the disk is now initialized. It is online as well as initialized, but still here you cannot, under disk management, you cannot still see that disk, or you cannot use that disk. So for that, I'll have to again right click on this. Sorry, I have to create here and then say new simple volume, and then a wizard will be open to me, wherein it will show me what is the assigned following drive for this letter. Like I have a C drive for here, and I can assign a D drive for this. I'm okay with it being D drive. I'll just say next, and I'll say finish. What will happen now is it will quickly format and then attach this to this device. Okay, now the way you want, if you want to get into this particular D volume and then create something, you can either go to any of the folders that is available here. You can see that the new volume D has been available here, and then you can create some kind of test document. Okay, so in this test document I can just say, hi, this is my new EC2 instance, EBS volume for 10 GB. Excuse my language, volume of 10 GB. I'll just save this text, and whenever you open that particular text, it will be available. So I'm just providing you a demo here on what you can do in that particular D drive that we have just bought online, initialized, as well as we have provided it a letter, and now it is available for us to use. Now if you want to see the contents of it, I would rather request you to go to the PowerShell, Windows PowerShell. There it is really simple for you to take a look. Now I just say cd d:/, and then it will take me to the D drive. When I say list, it will show what is available in the D drive, which is the test123.txt, which is the file we just created. Alright, so this is what I wanted to show you. This is what the volume that we have created, and the way we attach it to the EC2 instance is what I wanted to provide you a demo about. Okay, always remember, once you're done with creating everything, it is always advisable for you to go ahead and delete whatever you have created. Like you have created the volume, you have created the instances. It is always advisable to go ahead and terminate the instances as to avoid costing. And you know, over a period of time, because you are creating different services, over a period of time, it might so happen that you forget what are the services that you have created. You can either go ahead and use a CLI to understand what resources you have created, or there's a simpler method, and for that you'll have to do a bit of learning. It is called IAC, which is Infrastructure as Code Tools. You can either use CloudFormation or you can use Terraforms. By that way, you can understand what kind of infrastructure you had created, and if you want, you can just provide a destroy command, and everything, all of the infrastructures that we have created will be destroyed. If you really want to learn more about this Terraform and CloudFormation, in the initial videos when I started this channel, I had already provided how to create instances or how to create different services using Terraform as well as using CloudFormation. You can very well go through those videos for more of understanding on this. The only thing that is left to do is, as of now I have terminated the instance. The only thing that is left to do is to terminate the volume that we had created. If you see, it is now not in use, but it is available. So what I'll do, I'll select that, and then I'll say delete volume. You just have to provide the word confirmation delete, and once I do, your volume will be removed. Only two things were the ones that we have created. We had created instance, EC2 instance, and the volume we had created, and we have attached the volume to the instance, and now we are deleting everything that we had created. Alright guys, it was lovely that you stayed till here. I really appreciate you guys staying till here, and really trust me, if you have not subscribed to the channel, you're really missing some important stuff, some really good stuff that I'll be providing to you on regular basis. Alright guys, this is Tejas signing off, and you all have a great day. Thank you.